Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm happy to have you guys back here. This is a channel where we explore the intersection of faith, lifestyle, and technology. My name is Ibini Yobikoya, also known as IB Codes. I am a software engineer and a lover of God. If you are new to this channel, please make it a point of duty to subscribe to the channel already. I promise it's going to be worth your time. First things first, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who has seen my first video. On that video, I gave a brief and a summary of what the channel is all about and what to expect. And the love and support was so massive. I got so many comments, made me feel so loved. I pray God bless you guys so much. I don't take this for granted at all. Thank you once again. Also, if you are new here and you haven't seen that video, please, I would beg you, please go watch that video. I'm going to put the link to that video right in the description of this particular video. So today we're going to be talking about the reality of getting into tech. I decided to pick this particular topic because I've had so many conversations with new people getting into tech about what they had in mind, which means like their expectations versus the actual reality, what they meet in tech. And I decided to make a video on this. So in this video, I'll be sharing 3 unrealistic expectations about tech. You can call it unrealistic expectation or misconceptions or wrong notions about tech. So let's get into it. The first one I want to talk about is the idea that once you get into tech, you will start making the big bucks right away. Well, that's a big misconception. It is not true at all. You see, one thing is whatever is worth doing and whatever is good and is long lasting is going to take time, and tech is not an exception. If you are expecting to have a long lasting career, it takes time to get to that point. It is true that there is money in tech. It is very, very true. I am not disputing that. What I'm disputing right now is that you join tech now and in the next 4 months, 6 months, you're expecting to start making 300k, 500k, 1 million naira. That's not how it works. And I've seen people having this expectation just by looking at people that have been in tech for years. You saw someone that has been in tech for 4 years earning 600k. Then you decided to get into tech and you want to start earning half of what that person is earning, which is 300k in 6 months. How does that happen? Before that person started getting the 600k, it took years of experience, and you can't just get to that point in 6 months. You have to do the work. And I think that one of the reasons why people's expectations are cut short is because we put our expectations on the wrong thing. Tech is not the source of money. Tech is not the source of wealth. God is the source of wealth. God is the provider. God is the source of provision, not tech. The Bible says that my God will provide all my needs according to his riches in glory. God is there to provide. If you are placing your expectation on tech and you are expecting tech to give you the big bucks, I'm sorry, you are making a very big mistake. You have to set your eyes on God. Get into tech, be determined, keep your focus on God, and then as you do your part, God will also do his part. In fact, sometimes these things don't work just because I'm good. So I had a conversation with one of the guys that I mentor, and he said something along the lines of he is scared of not making it. And I made him understand that even myself, the assurance I have that I'm going to make it in this life is not because I'm in tech. Is not because I am good at what I do. Well, those have a part to play in it, but ultimately it is because of God's promises. The Bible says that the plans I have for you are the plans of good, not of evil. God doesn't want evil for anybody. I know that as long as I do my own part, God is going to do his own part. Let's all place our expectations in God. You have to put in the work, both physical work and spiritual work. So the number 2 thing that I want to talk about is the idea that coding is all there is to tech. That's the lie. That's a very big lie. So coding isn't all there is to tech, really. I understand the fact that most people that you see around, most people that are usually very vocal about what they do in tech are developers like me, right? But I also want to bring it to you that there are a lot of other career opportunities in tech. I always tell people that you don't explicitly have to switch career paths to get into tech. All you have to do to get into tech is just get a tech company to work for. Like the company where I work, we have lawyers, we have accountants that work at the same company, but they don't write code, they don't even design. In tech, you can be an accountant, you can be a lawyer, you can be a product designer, you can be a digital marketer, you can be a content creator. And I understand that this has actually discouraged a lot of people from getting into tech. Not everyone wants to write code, and that is understandable. Cancel that misconception of coding being the only thing there is to tech. So the third misconception I want to debunk is the idea that tech guys and tech Cs don't have social life. Now, that's a very big one, and I know that's a very common one. Even in movies, if you've seen movies like Mr. Robot, you've seen movies like Silicon Valley, they always portray the tech people being introverts. They always portray the tech people being people that are not socially engaged. You see a tech guy and you just immediately assume this guy doesn't have a life aside tech. That's a very, very big lie. If you move with many tech people, right, you will realize that tech guys actually have social lives. Most of us have social lives. It's not everybody. I would admit that there is a percentage of us that meet the criteria of what they show in these movies. But for majority of us, we have lives. That idea of tech bros not having life, please, let's just cancel it. So because people really think about these things and they'll be like, oh, I don't want to end up like this guy, so I'm not going to get into tech. Please come into tech. Don't shy away from tech. Tech is welcoming. Tech would not make you an introvert. If you're an extrovert, you'll still be an extrovert in tech. So again, tech people have social lives. So just to give a summary of these key points again, the first one is once you get into tech, you start making the big bucks in a few months. That is not always true. The second one is coding is all there is to tech. That is actually a big lie. The third one is tech people have no social life. That is definitely not true. We all have social lives. Most of us do have social lives. I would like to hear you guys' thoughts on this. If you have any other misconception that you've heard about tech, please share in the comments section and we can have a discussion about it. If you find this video helpful and interesting, please click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe right away and also share with your friends. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around for this long. I really, really appreciate that. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, keep believing, keep growing, and keep glowing. Cheers.